Greetings and welcome to Indie Encounter. This is a program to let our viewers know about independent artists, their creative process, and everything that entails. We have a special guest here today, Victor Xman Taylor.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. How are you doing today, SLC?
I'm doing fine, Victor Xman Taylor. And how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. It feels great to be on your show. Congratulations on a great show. And independent artists, that's what we are. I love it.
Exactly. Thank you very much for congratulating me. And I would like to congratulate you. You're not only a producer, but you're an artist as well. So
Yeah.
give us a little bit of insight to being a producer / artist and what that's like.
Okay. Well, we'll start with production because that's really what started it for me. As a producer, you have to first fall in love with the process of making records. So as a child, old James Brown records. Make It Funky, to be exact. When I was just in grade school, I heard it at a little birthday party at first grade or second grade. And ever since then, I was stuck on the process of making a recording right that can make you feel a certain way.
Right.
After those early years, I got into really putting it together, and my father actually put a recording studio in Compton, on Compton and Poinsettia. He built a 24-track state-of-the-art room, thanks to Chuck Foster and Ken Hurst, the designers.
Wow.
And there, Dozier, Marvin Gaye, George Clinton, the Earth, Wind and Fire Horns, Johnny Guitar Watson, Little Richard, all types of folks came down. Dynasty, Kevin Spencer, and William Shelby from the Dynasty camp came down, and they all were just a big fusion of different types of music that I was exposed to as an early teen, and it was a real big part of me getting into the record production, and it was really a good foundation.
Well, that sounds very interesting. And did he build the studio so he could do the recording, or was it for you?
Dad, B.W. Taylor, which is my father, and Roy Smyer, they built the studio in Compton so that Compton would have a state-of-the-art facility that would attract people that really are into the mainstream of the business. So they actually built it for the community, and they built it so that people would come into the community, and that they did. It's still, recording studios for celebrities is still a very low-key thing. You keep the titles off of the building. You try to keep an empty, blank-looking building. But those types of buildings are where the stars came, and quite a few came, as well as some great independent artists. I learned about being a good studio musician. I learned about the process of, running analog signal and boards and using tape and analog tape. So I learned the whole original game from the masters as a youngster. So now that we're in this digital age, which is Pro Tools and Nuendo and all those good things, I can still apply the great things that I learned from the very best right there on Compton and Poinsettia, which was a really great learning ground, those greats. And it's funny when I see people sample records now, a lot of the records that the rappers sample now, I know the cats they're sampling and I know their process.
Right. And
Yeah.
so with the production aspect of it, and my question is, how do you get that record? How do you get that record that everybody wants to listen to? What
Right.
kind of production? How deep?
The first portion of a real hot recording or a real hot event, as I would call it, an event can be recorded on film, an event can be recorded on tape. But when you want an event that's really memorable, you want to have it in your heart first. You want to know that you have to have the devices there that can capture everything that's in your heart at the time. Sometimes you can even catch a memorable event on a handheld tape recorder, if that's the kind of vibe you want. But you have to be in the mindset of a creator, but you also have to understand that raw moments and being organic is very important, and you have to have it in your heart when you press record, because you want something that's going to be memorable. At that time, then you want to apply some Berry Gordy rules of the Motown fade. Ice Cube would always say, that's the Motown fade. But Motown would always fade out something and make sure that as they fade the record out at the very end, if somebody says something very incredible or somebody hits a riff that's just so hot, it makes you want to play the record again. That's why you hear Marvin Gaye say something at the very end, or you'll hear, you know, one of the greats say something while it's almost out, but you can't hear it. So elements like that, great big intros that lead you into a simple statement with instruments before the artist comes in. I mean, those simple rules give you recordings that you can't deny.
So being a producer not only entails learning what's current, but also the history behind
very much so. Producing, the record business follows the music business. Music isn't about records and recording. Music is about what would happen on stage, what would happen in theater, what would happen in the old blues joints down, you know, down home Delta on the porch. I mean, music happens and people move, people celebrate. The record business had to follow the music business, you see? It was much later, but there was a lot of rich musicians before the record business started. So you have to understand how music moves people to want to gather in events, to fill up a club to where can't nobody get in. People of all colors. Music brings people of all colors, races, and walks of life together to witness what's on stage and to celebrate, you know, celebrate God. That's what the 12 notes are all about, or at least in our scale. That's what the 12 notes are all about, bringing people together.
Now, what's the 12 notes?
We're just talking about the basic notes on a scale.
Oh, I see.
You know,
okay. Music illiterate.
Basic notes on a scale.
Really challenged.
But I was at a Quincy Jones interview the other day. I saw Ludacris interview Quincy Jones. And Quincy Jones had such a rich history.
Right.
Everybody he spoke of was just landmark, set the grid for the record business.
Right, right.
And his early people that he refers to set the stage for music in general as far as blues, jazz, bebop, into hip hop.
Right.
So you have to have the history to understand how to set down the framework that could make a Thriller or that could make a Billie Jean,
wow.
you know,
Yeah.
And then you have to understand and appreciate what richness can do. And Quincy said, if you know your craft and you know your notes and you know your theory and you know your history, you can walk into any room and make magic happen. And I do fully believe that.
And that's a good belief to hold on to and stand on. And I also want to ask you about, you've worked with some pretty well-known artists yourself and won some pretty big awards yourself.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Besides being recognized at the Grammys, multi-platinum records on people like Ice Cube, Mac 10, Lynch Mob, done work producing with KRS-One. I actually produced Kobe Bryant, which is funny, but Kobe and I had another kind of relationship, but again, I did produce records with him. Troop, a lot of stuff with BET, a lot of stuff with MTV, Your Mama, Run's House, and Rob and Big Black. Those type of shows have a lot of my music on them. And F. Gary Gray, Robert Townsend, I do a lot of music for the film directors also, film productions.
So we're sitting in the midst of music royalty right now.
You know, I wouldn't consider myself music royalty, but I do appreciate royalty, and I do appreciate you even stating that. That's incredible. That's great. Thank you.
Well, I feel like you're musical royalty.
Hey, you know, Prince sampled one of my songs and put it on another song of his, and so we inadvertently worked with Prince, the royal one. That's the royal one, because that boy play anything.
Right.
But as music goes, that turns into wanting to be an artist. And again, I'm an artist who looks at the whole record. So I look at artistry a little different than most artists would. Even though a lot of artists are producers, I tend to think I'm a producer first. So I look at what record I want to make first. What does the record feel like? Then I say, okay, Xman, how do you feel now? And you know, I go with what I feel like, and bam, it comes together, and then I produce it well.
Yeah, because you have some pretty hot stuff yourself, and
Hey,
you've also worked with live artists, like spoken word artists.
Yes.
So,
Leimert Park Poets is one of my biggest closest projects to my heart. The Leimert Park Poet Project, which actually Sandra Laraine Coleman is a very big part of. I worked with a producer named John Myers. He produces A String of People, and he's an excellent engineer. And we came together as producers to pull 13 poets together and produce 18 songs, which have been very critically acclaimed in the industry. And it's still a very strong record. The Leimert Park Poets, Spreading Love and Spoken Word, Volume 1.
And not only have you produced spoken word artists, but you produced your own project.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about.
Okay, well, Xman, the 24th Letta, 24THLETTA is how you actually say it, but it means 24th letter, which is the X, of course. The 24th Letta is a comic book character for a comic book that I created. I have the first issue actually completed, and we're going to print soon. I did a record to complement the comic book. So this is a soundtrack to a comic book, and it has a lot of songs on it. Some of my favorites, which is like Wess Side, which is a signature Xman piece. Switching Lanes, which is about driving. A Hero, Superhero, which is about respecting all of the hip hoppers that come before you. As well as some nice bass work, because I'm a bass player, so I incorporate some Stanley Clarke type licks and, you know, some Victor Wooten stuff to respect the musician I come from. Right. As well as some beats that, you know, I love making beats, Silk. Yes. I love the beats. So I did very creative tracks to complement the Dr. Dre's and the type of production that I like on West Coast and East Coast, because I like the production from both coasts and the Dirty South. I'm really into all three majors for the sound I get right now.
Well, this is your opportunity to let our viewers get an opportunity to hear you.
To hear me. Well, that's great. So before I get down, I'm going to just say, poetry and watching the poets grow into hot poets taught me so much and touched me so much that I infuse spoken word into a lot of my music now.
Yes.
And so I just want to, you know, hats off to you and all those in Leimert Park, from Fifth Street Dicks and from the world stage, because all of that stuff came together to really affect and influence the heart of Victor Taylor, AKA the Xman. So we're gonna merge over here to the music in just a minute and get this together. Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, great.
We are ready.
So we're gonna make this happen. Here we go. Drop this real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 24th Letta.
Well, thank you very much. This is live entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. As a good friend of mine always tends to say in the middle of setup.
That's right.
All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm feeling good. Oh, this sounds good too. Hope it sounds good to y'all out there. We about to go into one of my favorite songs right here. Here we go. The two sides of the scale define balance, as do these two nouns define weight. Xman, bass, like 75 watts, and Johnny Guitar Watson. This rhythm and rhyme lock marks the era that Vamp shocked them, dropped them. Birthed one, symbolized by two parallel vertical lines imploding to the 45th degree. Behold the 24th letter. X, do better. Recognize when the W flies, like the late great Tupac states, all eyes on us. Honest, listen, if you dare to ever cuss or bust on a verse or throw your low in the dust or reverse no first, it's all been discussed and rehearsed on these streets, where the envious must hush and disperse, where the scholar, the dollar, and the Impala roam. You call it the murder capital, I call it home. Los Angeles,
City lights and girls unparalleled, and one spoken word connoisseur. Damn glad that he hails from the West Side. Check this out, Sylvia. Pete. Oh, it's the West Side vibe. Yes, it's something pimpish that you can ride. Player, player, toss your hands up high. Swam to the side with some gangster pride as I applied the vivacious description. 18's in mint condition, a gang of paws on the dance floor. Yo, baby, yo, the DJ unveiled some kind of dope and I was in the flow for sure. So shall we partake in this danceable moment? I kick position to duke it up at this soiree. Oui, voulez-vous coucher? Oui, parlez-vous français, baby? Shall we parlay? Yes, another party in LA. Shake, 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 baby, shake, shake, shake. These bodies by Jake got me in confession. Girl so fine, she needs to get butt naked as we wreck it on them. The smooth remix. Can I get down one time? Check it. Yes, it's the West Side vibe. My eyelids low with that butt 6'5". Couple in the corner trying to sneak that grind. There's a few honeys in the slow train line is out of fine. What appears to be long, smooth legs, a short, tight skirt and high heels wearing dreads. Sexy smile, nice cutting over here. I blew a kiss and slid to her with no fear. Tossed my zag, 7 tones with respect. I said I'd get back, my homie throwing up the set. I told him calm down, this ain't that kind of party. You feeling the buzz from that coke and that Bacardi? Smarty, spotted a hottie with a tight body. I made a party with my homie Lil John Gotti. They shook the spot and got high. The party don't stop until you drop when you're rocking on her. It's popping in her. Check this. Bat, bat, bat. Wait, 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 sweetie. California, where the players play. It's poppin' in LA, where the party. Shifting in 3rd gear, it's poppin' over here. North, south, east in the peace, no police. 3 a.m. still my record playing. And lady keeps it going till you stretch up in the morning you're owning. And just like a chromed out Schwinn with a metal flake banana seat, we ride, we shine, and we recline about 2 inches off the streets. An improved and tamper-proof nocturnal team conceived in asphalt journals. And when the kickstand sparks, the bike's lean is essence. The hood scheme fluorescent, listen. Missions are encrypted. Those punks got Kobe dunks from the gifted, hydraulic lifted. Glass house revealing Frankie Beverly and Mays happy feeling. When in point blank range and in this game with the nail, don't you dare misspell the 2 vertical lines parallel. Imploding to the 45th degree, behold the 24th letter. X, you better recognize when the W flies like the late great Tupac states, all eyes on us. If you dare to ever cuss or bust on a verse or throw your Lolo in the dust or reverse no first, it's all been discussed and rehearsed on these streets where the envious must hush and disperse. West Coast, y'all. Where the scholar, the dollar, and the Impala roam. You call it the murder capital, I call it home. Los Angeles, city lights and girls unparalleled in one spoken word connoisseur. Damn glad that he hails from the West Side. with ease. Hey, y'all go get your bikes and follow me to the Bird Park. Wess Side. You like that? All right. Thank you very much. I'm about to take y'all to a little place now. This place is real special, okay? So we're gonna talk about Butterscotch from a place called America's Got Talent. She's hot to death. She's one of my favorite beatboxers in the game. And she's a finalist for a great show. I gotta get this together. Anyway, she did a video with me. It's on our YouTube, iBeat TV. And she's beatboxing. I'm on a bass. It's the title track to this cut, to this album, the 24th Letta. And I'm gonna play it for y'all right now, all right? This is a girl beatboxing, all right? Can y'all hear that? Fan. Here we go. Right. Got it. Y'all ready for this? You ready for this, Silk?
Yes, I'm ready for this.
Live entertainment, baby.
Live entertainment. Do you?
Scotch, Xmen, the 24th Letta pulled up, next down the goods up, under the ground the hoods up, at the top of the town I'm hooked up, thoughts connected by my groove line, words swear the whole groove line, create lyrics, Pepsi, record, immerse spirits, lost the hooks man, took the band to the 5th Street, met it to the richer and he hit beat, to the raw pitch for night, somehow, some way, kept giving that bomb-ass poetry every single day, scrap Zulu and artist man swab, a second full spoken word, Paula. These LPP, I speed out reason, I put beats to griot. Boom slapping will turn out hot. Lyric down that black. What's up, dog? What? Who knew vamping would turn out hot? Xman on that black. What's up, dog? Podcast day to my first stand at Obey for show. Set off the hood tour. The 24th Letta. Maga. The hood tour. The cure. Two parallel lines and flow. Xman baseline explode. The 24th Letta. The world tour, the pure, Africa, Asia, Portugal, go where others go. I load my truck, I been the block, and then straight punch it through the coffee shop. I reach that spot, I load that truck, and show those fellas my control myself. Going back, third, I get skewed for spoken words, the rip bar, poor misty muse. Lose down, step up, the fingers about growth, and plus, the adrenaline rush be like, stop, crack, capsule, take a back, nab it, Batman, chatter in the Xman habit. These 10 fingers, dead fingers, style lingers, like Charlie niggas, you must fingers. Stanley Clark and spot the bass down. Black and Biggie help the worst pound. Mom pops they both the beat down. Wife and the daughter both the rebound. Charlie Parker keep the riffs moist. With the jokes for our produce joints. Both high the X there and not and now I'm in your face on bass in the place like good to a hell of a ball. Blast each and every block face popping small. So the streets spread love for concrete rock that. Then you put up with who's serve. Now people say I'm playing games, so suckers know I play this thing. All the minutes on the 24 minutes but I'm lyric so I bring around the bass break. Butterscotch on the beat, Xman on the bass wait. Xman baseline, Asian, Portugal, go with no other stone. The 24th Letta.
We would like to thank our guest, Xman, the Funky Bass Man, for coming and blessing us with his special gift. This has been Indie Encounter. Please make sure you join us for the next Indie Encounter and another special experience with an indie artist. Thank you, Xman, very much.
You're welcome, thank you.
You can play us out.
All right, we're gonna take it on out. I'm about to break y'all off with a cut, one of my favorite cuts. This all independent right here, as you know, indie artist. This is called It's Blowed Up. Here we go, featuring my boy DJ Amdex. Let's go. Xman, get fab on the funky bass.
Hype City, let's get ready. We're about to bring out the 24th Letta.
Xman.
Bass guitar hero, about to get it caliente. DJ Amdex. It's about to get serious.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Get 'em, X.
I am famous words. Step bold off the soul curve. Patrol merge. The bold words advance the boulevard. Entrance the boulevard. Roll speaker. The hi-hat's my blinker. Proceed to the fast lane. Lean left, observe the reflector. Bronze my lecture. Barricade, serenade. Soul pound. Break everyone.